Cameron has this question about how to successfully negotiate. And we were talking about Charles Voss, who's a master negotiator. He actually worked for the FBI for quite a long time. I want to say around 20 years as one of the top negotiators, wrote a book called Never Split the Difference. And killer book. Love this book. There's a lot of tools in there for more effectively getting what you want, right? Which is what negotiation is about. How do you get people to do what you want while thinking that it's what they want? And it's not manipulative. It's very egalitarian. And I really like how he has a lot of fairness and empathy for the other side. And he's not a jerk about it. It's not trying to put one over on the other guy. And the tool you use is tactical empathy. Tactical empathy, M means in, pathy is feeling. So it's not sympathy, which is sim is with. So you're feeling the other person's feeling. It's that you're understanding what's going on in their head so that you can understand their motivation and why they're doing what they're doing, right? So with tactical empathy, in order to establish that, you have to listen to the other side of the equation. And to do that, you have to be able to draw them out. And you're going to do that with a couple of different primary tools. There's the calibrating question, which is never ask why, only ask what or how, right? Because why puts people on the defense, right? You feel like you're being attacked. And because right, since we're little kids, we're like, why'd you do that? Because when you do something wrong, or your wife says, why did you do that? And you're like, it immediately puts anybody on defensive and you don't want to go there. So what and how, draw them out, right? How do you expect me to do that? Or what are you hoping to achieve from this, right? Okay, so we'll talk about that in a second and maybe do a little bit of role playing. The other thing that we discussed last week was mirroring, which is where you just take the super simple, take the last 3 words of a sentence that they used and repeat it as a question. So the exercise is that you're supposed to use the calibrating question or the mirroring. So either mirroring, only do those 2 things when you're talking to me. So the thing is, when you're negotiating, you want to shut up. And it's it's so hard. Trust me, it's really hard. Because we all want to talk. And it's so awkward, and it's right. I totally get it. But that's why we're kind of role playing this, so that you can get a feeling for how you could handle it. Because if you don't practice it, you're not going to be able to do it, right? You got to practice, so that when the time comes, you're ready, right? Because this is what's going to happen. Your brain's going to go, ah! And the only way you stand a chance is that you've practiced ahead of time and you got those neurons in place. And you don't even really have to think about it, right? Like Star Wars. You've watched Star Wars, right?
Yep.
So in Star Wars, use the Force. And what that means is the Force is something that you know so well in the core of your being. You don't even have to think about it because you've done it. You got this gut intuitive sense of how to do it, and you get that through practice. All right. So that's what we're doing. Try again. Ask your questions.
Yeah.
We could tie it to a metric, right? You got to do, you're
We can
here.
tie it. Yeah.
Your job in this situation is to do only two things. You're either going to ask the calibrating question, what, how, or you're going to ask a mirroring question.
What? How?
That's it.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead.
Okay. What metric should we tie it to, boss?
How about we tie it to homepage traffic?
How about we tie it to students who sign up?
Okay. What did Chris Voss do in the negotiation?
He said, how do you expect me to do that?
Boom. Let him talk. Try to hear what the fuck he's thinking, right? I mean, dude, I'm right there with you. Sorry. This isn't, but you have this tool set, and you really can't underestimate the power of those questions. Try using them on your wife. Try using them on your friends. Just use them more, right? Like, we'll sum it all up. Get him to talk, right? You want him to talk with calibrating questions, what and how,
Calibrate,
right? And mirroring, just use the last three words of what he said when appropriate. And don't forget, how do you expect me to do that? And then the final power point is silence. It makes people like, right? They want to fill up silence, and you fill up silence by talking. So
that's right.
Cool, dude. Well, homework for next time. Gonna practice what we just talked about, and keep reading Never Split the Difference, because as the title says, negotiating as if your life depends on it, because it does. Right?
Wow, that's true. Yes, I'm certainly going to be reading that book.
It's somebody just tossed you a lifesaver. It's tough too. And but hey, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're getting thrown into the fire. And this is one way to look at it. I tend to look at the world through a magical lens, like an alchemical lens. In the world of alchemy, there's this idea of turning lead into gold, right? What that is, alchemy is actually it's a path of personal transformation. And we transform our inner lead into gold. How do you do that? You apply fire, the fire of experience, the fire of challenge, right? That's going to be what helps you grow and purify, remove the impurities so that you can become the Camron that you're meant to be.
Right? I like that.
All right, man. We will catch you later. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you so much for your help.
Sure thing. Ciao.
Have a good weekend.